The tragic life of the American donut. Well, hello there. I would like to tell you a story. A sad tale indeed. It is a tale of the American donut. I have to say that I have never been outside of the US, so I am not sure how donuts are treated in Mexico, Canada, or Europe. But the life of the typical American donut is truly a sad, sad one of woe, to be sure. If you were an American donut, your life would start simply enough. At around 3 a.m., you start out as a bowl of mixing carefully and lovingly kneaded in a neat, clean bowl. Then you would be pressed and shaped into pretty rings of sugary dough. So far, your life seems fairly posh, and you think you may even be royalty as you were laid out on a pretty white wax paper and allowed to rise to your full potential. But as soon as but soon enough, you would find yourself on a tray with other unsuspecting rings waiting to be dropped into a vat of boiling oil and deep fried for what seems like an eternity. Then, after being thoroughly fried, you'd be gripped with cold, unrelenting metal tongs and slapped down onto a cold metal tray to be slathered with a mix of hot, sugary glaze. That's it. At least it would be, if you're one of the lucky ones. But wait, there is more! Yes, there's more. So much more to the mournful tale of the broken, beaten, sad life of America's underappreciated and yet favorite breakfast pastry. Many others are taken after the glazing to be further twisted and poked and prodded and injected with creamy fillings, or brushed with flavored icings and sprinkled with concoctions of various candy sprinkles. Then, after you think it's all said and done, and you're sitting pretty thinking it was all done in the name and the price of beauty, there is still more. You sit and wait for your uncertain future, thinking and hoping that it could be all okay in the end soon. You are once again plucked from your tissue nest and hastily wrapped into more tissue and shoved into a paper sack stacked with other donuts and possibly kolaches and various other breakfast foods. Yum yum. Before being carted away, the air is filled with strange new noises, beeps and laughter, deep and loud voices of human race around your paper sack as you and the rest of the contents are jostled about and an uneasily hush falls across your compatriots as you and the others await for what lies beyond the paper veil. Then, light above rips through the bag, spilling over the contents, and the shadow of a large hand looms over and gives way to fingers that pierce down through the light and snatch you out of the final, probably the only safe place you'll ever know that will exist, but not anymore. And you find yourself in the back of a car seat in the hands of an infant or on a plate and realize the horror that is before you. Hands grab forks and knives. Teeth joyfully start to eat you since you are so delicious and sweet, and after all, you are a donut. That is your fate. And whatever remains of your sugary goodness gets tossed aside and tossed away. A pile of trash into a pile of a pile of trash comprised of juice jugs and perhaps apple cores or orange peels, depending on the bin. If but if but if you happen to escape such a fate and find yourself crated up by the dozen or so donuts, and you are still not sold for consumption, then after the end of the day, once your freshness has expired and you're no longer considered desirable, you are finally cast away into a dark plastic bag with the trash to the rest of your years spending in the bin.